me understand then, how much will it cost to provide unmeans-tested childcare for 1.3 million children?
It will cost... It will obviously cost a lot to do so. We accept that.
I presume you have the figures.
Yes, I do. It does cost a lot to do it. The point I'm trying to make is that we're making it universal so that we are in a position to make sure that every child gets it, and those that can, at the moment, get free places will continue to get them. Those that have to pay won't, and we'll collect the money through taxation, mainly through corporate taxation.
So how much will it cost?
I'll give you the figure in a moment.
You don't know it? You're logging into your iPad here. You've announced a major policy and you don't know how much it will cost?
Can I give you the exact figure in a moment,
Is this not exactly the issue with people and the Labour Party, which came up under Gordon Brown, that we cannot trust you with our money?
Not at all. You
don't know the figure.
All of our manifesto is fully costed and examined.
But you're holding a manifesto, you're flicking through it, you've got an iPad there, you've had a phone call while we're in here, and you don't know how much it's going to cost.
Can we come back to that in a moment?
What, when you've looked it
up? Well,
look... My point is, it's quite troubling. This is a policy you're launching today, Mr Corbyn, and you don't know how much it's going to cost. It hardly inspires the voters.
I think what is important for the voters to understand is that if we don't invest in our children and we don't invest in them for the future, then they do less well in primary school, less well in secondary school, and less well in the future.
But you don't know the cost.
I want to give you an accurate figure.
Let me ask you about these attacks, because I revisited, as I'm sure you have recently, the Lord Harris inquiry, the recommendations that he made to Sadiq Khan about preparedness in London for a terror attack. Do you think some of the things he said in there were prescient and should be acted on? They haven't been acted on yet.
I think we do need to revisit that report, because... and we do
Which part of it?
Well, I just think it's about preparedness and resilience.
But he made some very specific recommendations that haven't been acted on. Do you know what they are?
Well, he was talking about preparedness and resilience, and I do think that we need to act not necessarily on every specific recommendation.
But you remember the report came out only in October 2016. The newly elected mayor, commissioned it. It came out in October 2016, and Lord Toby Harris had some bullet points. That's what I've read through. I mean, what did you make of those? The specifics.
I thought, because I know Toby Harris, he's a very
long-standing very thorough-blown inquiry, I must say, and review.
I thought it was an important review, and I think we should act on it, but obviously working with stakeholders...
But what should we act on? I mean, what do you think of the recommendations about the various police forces in London?
You mean the idea that they should work more closely together?
Well, he suggested they should amalgamate.
Well, I think that's an interesting idea, but I think you'd find resistance in some parts of London to the amalgamation.
Have you actually read the report?
I have.
Okay, what about what about the physical resilience? Again, I'm referring to this because it seemed prescient.
Yes, I think physical resilience is important. I think that...
But there was a specific aspect of physical resilience.
Well, I think that physical resilience is important.
Yes, well, but the specific aspect was he talked about putting up more barriers in the light of the Nice attacks. He mentioned that in October 2016.
Yes, we're now putting up barriers on bridges, and you'd think we might have done that before, particularly after what happened on Westminster Bridge.